Good morning, everyone. Today's going to be interesting. I've got some notes prepared because Radio 5 may be phoning me for a spot at either 10 or 10:30. Don't know which. It's not even 10 o'clock yet in the morning, so I'm ready either way. I may be going on Radio 5 to talk about the situation in Greater Manchester regarding Andy Burnham and his walking away from £60 million, getting Greater Manchester nothing.
Zoe, what's your take on this?
I'm disappointed in Andy, basically, and what I've just heard saying that you'll accept the 60 million, that's great news because that was still on offer, and it was on offer last night when Andy Burnham went out and made his little speech. I don't see why he can't accept this as a victory. The other areas were offered 55. He got an extra 5 million. That should be a win. And then he walked away from it.
And if the 60 million is back on, I'm sure that...
the 60 million was never off.
What?
The 60 million was never off.
I understand it was taken off the table and we've just been offered the 20... Are you telling me something new? And we've just been offered the
I'm not telling you anything new. It was stated in the comments last night. The 60 million is still on the table.
Well, it hasn't been stated to me.
We're at a strange point where, we might be at a situation where people are going to be putting him up on their shoulders and walking him through the streets of Manchester as a hero.
I would recommend they don't do that because it would violate social distancing. Well, that was very interesting. They gave a lot more airtime and question time to Labour, their Labour's representative than myself. But I think I did shoot him down at one point and actually got him to trip up when he was saying, well, there's no deal on the table. I was like, yes, there is. So it was announced in the Commons. And he had no response. The BBC had to jump in to try and mop that up, saying, well, isn't that a communications problem? Maybe. And I said, if it is a communications problem, that's an issue that needs to be resolved. But at the same time, Labour are actually claiming that the deal was taken off the table when it wasn't. That is playing politics. There's no two ways about it. That is playing politics, and they know it. Moreover, it feels coordinated, and even if Labour haven't actually actively gone and tried to coordinate this mess that they've caused, where Andy's saying, oh no, we're walking away because they wouldn't give us the 65 that we absolutely need. Maybe they do need 65, but he was offered 60. It's a lot of money, and it's £1.17 per person for the entirety of Greater Manchester. That was the difference between what he wanted and what the government was offering. It could have been a win for him because the Prime Minister upped the original offer from 55 to 60, and Andy said no and walked away with nothing. And then, an hour later, all of a sudden, Labour MPs in the Commons are going to force a vote. They're not. They haven't got anywhere near enough people to force a vote, but they're going to use powers that they already have to go for a vote. It's not forcing anything. It's using the parliamentary system to have a vote on a substantial deal for the regions. An hour after Andy's walked away from 92% of what he was wanting. It's a substantial deal. And they're saying no to that and then saying we want a substantial deal. It looks coordinated. Even if it's not, it looks like it's coordinated, and it looks like Labour are playing politics during the pandemic. That's not good luck for them. So, I've got to get back to work now, but I'm still very angry. Hey guys, I tell you what, today has been one of those interesting days. Spent a lot of it working on filming for Jen, editing a few videos, and upgrading some of the animations for the Star Trek animated reviews. Now, actually this is a bit weird with it freeform. Let's put it down. What it actually came down to is Captain Kirk blinks now, which gives him a bit more realism. He doesn't look like he's just staring straight at the camera. And some of the background lights going on and off. It's very little, minor touches, but it did mean a complete redo of the stock footage for him sitting down and talking. So I've got that done, and that was while Jen was working on her project. Done a lot of filming for that, and that has taken up most of the day. And most of yesterday was working on stuff for the Monday Club, which is now going live, and we've also put together a club, like a Facebook group, but it's like the Monday Club Club. It's a model railway club that we've put together and put live. I actually put it together on the Monday Club. It's gone down really well. because we're going into the winter, the nights are getting dark, we're getting locked down again for a lot of places. Manchester, Greater Manchester, just gone into Tier 3. Because everyone's getting fed up and lockdowns here and all of that, we decided the best thing to do was try and alleviate some of the feeling of loneliness and isolation. Now that we've got this club, that's exactly what it's for. So I really want people from the mountain railway community to really enjoy that. So we're kind of making it their club, it's their thing. We'll set up some rules, like basically don't be horrible to people, and that's how it goes. But it's not the only thing, because most people will look at this and go, well, what is it? But Xbox exclusive NBA Inside Drive 2004 from XSN Sports, which is basically, from what I can tell, Microsoft pulling a Sega back in the time of the Sega Saturn, and it's gone on since then. Sega had 2K Sports, which is basically Sega making a third-party developer. It was actually second-party, but kind of looked like a third-party developer. Just make it look like there was more support for their console on a wider range of things. I'm pretty sure that's what XSN is, Xbox Sport Network or something like that. And they made some sports games for the original Xbox to boost its appeal on a wider ground. They're really difficult to get hold of. It's not that they're rare, it's just that not many copies have survived from what was bought because it's a sports game. A lot of people thought they were disposable. So I finally got 2004. I have 2002 already, waiting for 2003 to arrive, and that's the entire set from what I can tell. I've also got another PlayStation 2 game on the way, which should be very interesting. Very cheap one, but quite hard to get, so I'm looking forward to that. Haven't got it yet though, but that is pretty much all I've got. It's a weird time for me. I finished yesterday's work at 6 o'clock this morning and didn't wake up again until 1:30 this afternoon. My entire sleep cycle is out of whack. Been working hard on some projects for Jen's channel, and as a result everything has kind of gone to ground. But I have been filming a little bit here and there for the vlog, and from that I also picked up a few little bits and pieces. So what else have I got? Well, thankfully I have now finished the NBA Inside Drive set with NBA Inside Drive 2003. Everything is here. Pretty good condition. The disc is scratched. That's a theme at the moment. Sometimes you pick stuff up from mail order in certain parts of CX and they'll send them a little bit scratch. I'll pop down to town and get them cleaned up. It's not a problem. But here's one I've been looking for ages. Totally Spies, Totally Party. Now this is a show that I kind of watched a little bit on a Saturday morning when I was trying to wake up. And the reason for that is I was working 2 jobs. Starting work at 9 o'clock in the morning, not finishing till 11 in the evening. It was a long thing, 5 days a week. On a Saturday I just sat and vegged in front of something that didn't require brain power. It was not the best time ever, but it wasn't too bad, and it actually... It was a decent rhythm once you got into it, but as a result I watched a lot of Totally Spies, Powerpuff Girls, the redone He-Man from 2000 and odd. That was pretty good, it was a good time. So I've been looking for this game for quite a while because it's part of the set, but it's really hard to get. Not very expensive at the moment, but I guarantee this is going to go up in price because it might be 50 pence in CX at the moment, but most of the time they don't have any, and when I picked it up they only had 2 copies. So get in quick if you can, this will become hard to get. Good condition, everything here, except the disc is scratched. We'll get that cleaned up, it's not a problem. So I'm looking forward to getting a bit of time to play those, which is today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm having the day off, so it's a bit of a short one. I've just like a hodgepodge of bits and pieces that I haven't been able to put together as a vlog because I've been working so hard. So on those situations, Jen has a tendency like me to be a workaholic, and when she gets in that mood, she just bam, 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 bam on videos. I end up with a load of content that has to be edited before I can do anything else with it because it fills up the computer. So I then have to focus hard on that. It's not a bad thing because we get a buffer, which is always useful, and shows like the magazine style show that we produce for Jen. It's good to have a buffer, so I'm not complaining about it. It is what it is. Sometimes that's going to happen. That's just the situation. So I'm going to have the day off now, play some games, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! If you liked today's video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Doing that really does help to keep the channel going. And an extra special huge thanks has to go out to Chief89, Tepic, and Sam Yates. Thank you very much.